Welcome back to the My name is Sam. More of the Dutch. This is Mr. Jordy's. Welcome to this night. First of Jordy's. Welcome back.
Welcome. Today's Bucket Hat Saturday, which
Bucket
is
Hat Saturday.
a very important day
Bucket Hat
in
Saturday.
the To The Beat calendar.
It's the only day you can wear a bucket hat. Period. That's it.
That's not true.
I
Well,
don't
we're
care.
off to a rough start. Let's go to the riddle.
The riddle. It was a riddle by the management committee submitted to us. The riddle was, how far can a bunny go into the woods?
How far can a bunny go into the woods?
That's the question
The answer
that we were traditionally looking for.
was
Halfway.
halfway. It can
Because-
only go halfway.
If it goes any further than halfway, then it would be less than halfway from the other side. You see how that works? If you're 3/4 into or if you're 3/4 through the woods, coming from the east, you're only a quarter in from the west. So the farthest you just one.
But we've got some other great songs that we're going to play.
We do.
Played some rounds and
That's right.
cannons before.
We've had
the show.
round Thursday and round Friday. Now it's time for round Saturday.
Our first one is Ave Maria, and you might be sitting there saying, "Hold on, what? You already played
Hold on,
Ave
what?"
Maria as a rhyme,
As a
round.
round. It rhymes.
But
Ave Maria.
that was Mozart's version. This is Beethoven's version. Lots of people wrote Ave's Maria, like attorneys general, Ave's Maria,
Oh yeah.
and this is Beethoven's version, arranged to be around for 2 violins. So let's just go.
Shaw.
Shaw.
Shaw. I'll go first.
Yeah, why don't you go first, and then I will start playing after you go.
Okay.
As we have previously done.
Ooh,
Wow.
Next round. Delicious.
Is Shalom,
Yeah.
which is a Jewish folk song, again arranged as a round for 2 violins.
Sure.
No, nice.
Very
Great.
cool.
Cool. Now, let's...
It's jump time! Woo! Into my elbow.
Look at the technique, ladies and gentlemen.
It's to the inside of my own elbow, not the outside of someone else's elbow. That's the opposite of which one.
Yeah, coughing on the outside of someone else's elbow is about as wrong as it gets.
It's like the opposite of a power move. It's a power move raised to the -1, as some may say.
Indeed. So, what did Salvatore Dali like to eat?
Hang on, wait. You know what time it is? It's joke
I said
time.
that already.
You
It's
did?
Yeah, of course I did.
Oh, well, I missed the. Hang on.
It's joke time.
joke
Woo!
time. Okay, see, now we can go.
What did Salvatore Dali like to eat for breakfast?
Salvador Dali. Salvatore. I don't know what.
Cereal. Oh, like
Oh, yeah.
cereal.
Surreal, but also cereal. Like the breakfast food. I think that's funny. Today's joke time is sponsored by Puns. With 2 Z's.
This is dangerous territory. Sherlock Holmes comes in carrying a box of lemons. Watson asks, "Where did you get those lemons?" And Holmes replies, "A lemon tree, dear Watson, a lemon tree."
Oh, like
Ah,
elementary. But also a
my dear
lemon
Watson.
tree. Oh, that's funny.
There you go.
There to the old
Uh,
master himself.
How do you split Rome in half? This is good. Historically relevant. How do you split Rome
How do you split Roman half?
in half?
With a large knife. I don't know.
Not
what.
with a pair of Caesars.
Oh,
yeah, when you
that's
got
funny.
a Caesar in the east and a Caesar in the west.
And you split Rome.
Anyway. Existentialist breakfast cereal. Oh, no, I skipped a line. Have you heard about the new existentialist breakfast cereal? It's called Raisins d'être.
Oh.
Coming from the French, raison d'être,
Which means
meaning the reason to be.
reason to be. Which is, I mean, we're having a little bit difficult, so I guess I can take a quick rant here
No, yeah.
while we're sorting everything out. Existentialism is pretty cool, yeah. Essentially, I mean, I'm not exactly I'm not too well educated in the ideals of existentialism, but I can say at a basic level, it's the idea that you have to create your own destiny.
Wow.
Essentially, so, I don't know exactly who it was created, but it was definitely popularized by Jean-Paul Sartre. And his theory of existentialism states that, quote, existence precedes essence. That means that people, things, everything existed before everything had a reason to exist. Right?
Wow.
So that means, like, I was born, but that doesn't mean I was born to be destined, or I was born with the destiny of becoming a violinist, for example. I have to create that destiny for myself, and I have to give myself meaning, which is really cool.
Oh, so nothing is born with meaning.
Yeah.
Great. Well,
I think that's pretty cool.
that was a bit of an intellectual joke. When I was little. Oh, no, but we skipped one. Why did the ancient Romans close down the Colosseum?
Because it was dangerous.
The lions were just eating up all the profits.
Oh, I get it.
Funny.
Cha-ching. What was the currency back then? I don't know. Caesar bucks.
Cedar bucks. That's not right. When I was little,
Someone tell me.
my mom used to get me and my 4 siblings onto planes for free using the airline's free Quint Flyer program. Get it? Frequent flyer.
Frequent flyer.
Free Quint as in free 5.
Me and my 4 siblings.
Which would really be my 4 siblings and me. She used to get my 4 siblings and me on the plane for
Oh,
free.
that is true. Big grammar guy.
Well, you only wrote the jokes.
Well,
okay.
I just copied it down from the book.
And now
And now
it's time
it's time
for
the
riddle.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
I guess I do.
We're
back on Facebook. Welcome.
No, we're ready the whole time.
we were.
We just got the thumbs up. We're all good.
Oh, okay.
Moving on.
The riddle was submitted by Chuck up in Maine. Grandpa Chuck, Jetto Chuck, however you want to call him. His riddle is the words aisle, sent, and rested all have 2 things in common. What are they? And I have to clarify, those 3 words, aisle, sent, and rested, aisle is spelled A-I-S-L-E, sent is spelled S-C-E-N-T, and rested is spelled W-R-E-S-T-E-D. And what do those 3 words have in common? Or sorry, they all have 2 things in common. What are they?
Yes,
And
no.
I'll be honest. I originally got this riddle wrong. I had an idea, but I was incorrect. But now I know the correct answer. So I'm asking you, what is the correct answer? What do those three words have in common? There are two things in common: aisle, sent, and rested.
Let us know. Either DM Salva or drop it in the comments on Facebook.
Down below.
And
Should we move on to our next piece?
are we moving on to our next piece, or do we have some fun facts?
Do we have some?
I think we have some fun facts.
We
have an
have
extension
some-
of riddle time before our next piece, which is going to be great.
It's now time for Fun Fact Saturday.
Fun fact Saturday.
Because Fun Fact Friday just doesn't sound right.
Did you know that the Supreme Court has its own private basketball court? And it's got a pretty cool nickname because the basketball court is on the top floor of the Supreme Court. It's called the highest court in the land. Ah,
Oh!
highest court,
But it's also in the
Court.
Supreme Court, which is like the. That's
Mhm.
funny. It's a good joke.
Um,
Where are my A-push people at?
let's see. There is a technical name for the fear of long words, which horrifyingly is a long word.
Oh no!
It is called hippopotamonstrous esquipedaliophobia.
Hippopotamonstrous esquipedaliophobia.
So-
Wow, that's a.
If you're scared of long words, you're in terrible.
You don't want to know that word
Yeah.
if you're scared of long words.
Now, hunting unicorns is legal in Michigan.
Oh yeah. As in Ricardo unicorn.
Can we just appreciate that fact for a moment?
That means that Michigan is doing a terrible job of unicorn conservation.
Lake Superior State University in Michigan offers a unicorn hunting license.
Like, hang on. I mean, that's really cool, but like, how would that, like, I guess that's one of those things that you just get to show off, because like,
What are you going to do with unicorns?
as far as I'm concerned,
You can
unicorns
try
don't
one
live in
more.
Michigan. They obviously live here in New Hampshire,
Yeah,
right? So why am I
Please.
going to need one in Michigan?
exactly.
Like,
Someone once paid $10,000 for invisible artwork, which was billed by the artist as an endless tank of oxygen.
Wow.
Not technically true. There is an end to the amount of oxygen on our planet. So,
so
you know.
So it's just like it was empty, and the artist said, "This is a tank of oxygen I'm gonna sell for $10,000."
No, but this is the tank of oxygen. We're
Oh,
breathing
this.
it right now. The world, the
this
atmosphere
is beautiful.
is a $10,000
Does that mean?
tank of
Does it
oxygen.
mean that the person who bought it now owns the oxygen?
Well,
Do I have to pay that person a little bit of my money for breathing the oxygen that they bought for $10,000?
there's an official ruling on how many Tootsie Pop licks, how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop, and that number is 364.
Well, how aggressively do you lick?
This is considering an average lick.
An averagely aggressive lick.
Um,
Obviously.
Cows moo with regional accents. In quote, in small populations such as herds, you would encounter identifiable dialectical variations which are most affected by the immediate peer group.
So some cows go moo and the other goes moo.
Right.
The French cows goes moo.
And the Cookie Monster from Sesame Street actually has a real name based on a 2004 episode. He seemed to remember that his real name was Sid.
Sid the Cookie Monster.
Uh,
Now I'll never be able to unhear that. I'll never be able to look at him and go, "That's the Cookie Monster." I'm always gonna think of Sid the Sloth.
Kid.
Sid
So,
the Sloth.
we'll be back with more fun facts later. But now we gotta get to our next piece, which was
Oh, boy, our next
song. Just kidding.
No, no, it wasn't.
This
This is
is
a piece that came from our own
From the musical
brains.
Hansel and Gretel. Hansel and Gretel.
Hansel.
Uh,
And it's funny because
written by Engelbert Humperdinck
that's the man's actual name.
and
Engelbert
his
Humperdinck.
sister, who we can call Miss Humperdinck, wrote the libretto for the opera.
Sure.
Here we go.
And this one is called "Brother, Come and Dance with Me," and we thought it was appropriate because Dutch and I may not be brothers, but we at least consider ourselves to be.
Interesting. Yeah.
So here's "Brother, Come and Dance with Me" by Engelbert Humperdinck,
So what are you
which is
laughing at?
it's not funny. It's just the fact that I remember the one of the jokes during joke time that I just thought was funny.
Here we go.
Totally reasonable name. Oh yes.
It makes me hungry for a house made of candy.
Speaking
If
of,
you find a house made of candy in the woods, don't eat it. Just don't do it.
well, let us know because we'll eat it.
Yeah.
If you find anything strange in the woods, don't eat it. That's
yeah,
that's a
unless
general.
you know
That,
exactly what it is.
that's a rule of my thumb that you should
It
not.
should be a rule of your thumb too.
It's
Time to squat.
your own thumb as well.
It's squat time.
Everyone should have a collective thumb rule that is if you find.
I was trying to move us on from that joke, but Saba would like to keep telling
Why
us.
is that so funny to me? Okay. Squat. Yesterday's squat was what is the most expensive book that has been sold in an auction? As in, there's some books that are priceless, but what is the highest priced book? Who is it sold to? When was it sold to? And for how much money? And what is it worth now? There were a lot of questions in one. I would have accepted any sort of answers that were remotely correct, and we did have a couple of correct answers. Actually, no, I take that back. We got one correct answer. So congratulations to Heike, who got the answer in one click.
Mhm.
The answer that we were looking for was Leonardo da Vinci's Codex Leicester, which is a collection, a journal, if you will, of all of his observations
72 pages, 36 sheets.
written in 1510. Very interestingly, in 1994, it sold to Bill Gates for $30.8 million. He was not at that point yet the richest man in the world, but you know, he has $30.8 million
Spent on a book.
spent on a book. He's got a fair amount of money. That's beside the point, though. That was in 1994. 2020, it is to account for inflation. It is currently $52.8 million. That's what it's valued at.
That's a lot.
And according to a quote from this here website, it says after buying the codex, he had it digitally scanned and then released some images as screensavers and wallpapers for Windows 98 Plus. There you go.
Wow.
But he owns it.
There you go. So
Very
now
good.
Sava will. Today's episode, we're gonna go back and tell you the riddle winners from last episode because we were having a little bit of audio trouble over Facebook. So, the riddle from last episode: how far into the woods can a bunny go? The answer is halfway because after it gets halfway, it's actually going out of the other end of the woods, not
Right.
further into the woods. So, congratulations to Kay for getting it correct, and congratulations to Kyle for giving us an awesome witty answer as far as it wants to go.
So you all both can comment down below song rack.
That's right.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Yep.
So the squat for Tuesday's episode, remember our next episode is Tuesday. Where does the name denim come from? As in denim jeans. What is the etymology of that word?
Denim.
Big fancy word there. Etymology meaning what is the linguistic history?
We're not worried about that word though. We're worried about denim. So
Denim.
let us know in the comments on Facebook or through Sava's DMs.
DM moi. Little hint there.
Ooh, little hint.
Little hint.
Ooh. Anyway,
Our next piece is a song
oh,
rap.
there we go.
Josh
I've
has
been
been
waiting
waiting
for
all
this
episode to
all
say this
episode.
piece of song rap. This was requested by.
Hey, hands
Hey,
off.
hey. This was requested by Marilyn May, Grimm's Marilyn, Marilyn Maine, whatever you want to call her. It is called Dragon Hunter by Richard Meyer, or Mayer, M-E-Y-E-R, right? And I did do a little bit of copy and pasting. I exercised my Control-C, Control-V skills. And here's a little bit about Richard Mayer, also known as Suede, S-W-A-Y-D, born in Lausanne, Switzerland in November 1970, is a recorded producer.
A record.
Sorry, is a record producer and songwriter.
Sava's got the Control-C, Control-V skills, but not the
reading skills.
Control-Speak skills. Anyway.
Is a record producer and songwriter of pop music and electronic music. Besides his activity at Lunar Sound, oriented in film scores, advertising music, and sound design, he has worked with Mutt Lang in productions such as Britney Spears' Don't Let Me Be the Last to Know, The Core's Breathless, Celine Dion's If Walls Could Talk, and Shania Twain's and
Shania.
Shania
Oh my goodness.
Twain, and as the remixer for the Young Gods. That's a big bio.
You can hear Wikipedia speaking through his mouth.
There are a lot of words that I just don't know.
Shania. So let's just play.
I
this.
bet Shania has plenty of good music. Who am I to criticize?
We will now be playing Dragon Hunter,
By Richard Mayer,
also known as Suede.
Suede.
Come on. Hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we have to quickly repeat the riddle and the riddle winners because we're having a little bit of trouble with audio audio over Facebook. So here we go. The riddle, yesterday's riddle, or sorry, Friday's riddle, no, Thursday's riddle for today was how far can a bunny go into the woods?
Bunny.
A bunny go into the woods. The traditionally correct answer, the one that we were looking for, was halfway, because past the halfway point, the bunny would be less than halfway into the woods, just coming from the other side.
Indeed.
So congratulations to Kay for getting that correctly, and congratulations for Kyle, who submitted a witty answer, saying as far as it wants to go, which is, as far as I'm concerned, very much correct, because the bunny, looking at it from a physical point of view, the bunny could go 5 miles into the woods, it could go 2 kilometers into the woods, however far it wants to go. So congratulations to Kay and Kyle. Today's riddle for tomorrow is, today's riddle for Tuesday was submitted by Chuck, and the riddle is the words isle, scent, and rested all have 2 things in common. What are they? And those words, isle, scent, and rested, have a special spelling. They are spelled A-I-S-L-E for isle, A-I-S-L-E. Scent is spelled S-C-E-N-T. And rested is spelled W-R-E-S-T-E-D. So isle, A-I-S-L-E, scent, S-C-E-N-T, and rested, W-R-E-S-T-E-D, all have 2 things in common. What are they? Let us know. Dodge is looking for something. I don't even know.
I'm getting ready for the safety PSA.
Well, let's say, so I'll be here. I'll be hosting the show for a little bit.
Yes.
I could talk a little bit more
For
about
today's safety PSA.
Sorry about that. The design of the safety PSA is that it's not in the script. So, occasionally
Dodge and I have to
take some impromptu preparations.
our brains have to be on focus all the time.
Hold on, this is Jackie.
Hi, Jackie.
Oh, there he goes. Sabo will tell you about potato chip safety.
Potato chip safety.
All around. Start with the bag. Finish with the chewing. Actually, finish with the digestion.
Okay.
Go from bag to digestion. I want the safest experience.
Well, first, the bag is already equipped with safety. There's plenty of air in the bag so the chips don't get crushed. Fine. Let's say you want to eat the chips.
Yeah.
You know, sitting on the counter, you look at it for a little bit and you say, I'm hungry. I'm going to quench my hunger with a bag of chips. Similarly to the fig bar, you want to have a pinch and pull technique. 2 P's of chip safety. Pinch the bag perpendicularly to the top seam.
Normal to the top seam.
Normal
if you
to
will.
the top seam. Pinch.
I believe you missed a step, Captain.
Just before.
Oh. Okay, well, you can sanitize and wash your hands. Phenomenal. All right.
Sanitize the bag.
Make sure you get
Sanitize
all
the
between your
bag.
fingers. Sanitize the bag. Make sure nothing is disgusting here on the bag. And then you can resume your pinch and pull
Well, you
technique.
also want to make sure the seams have been sanitized.
Yes, the seams are sanitized. And the bottom seam here.
Okay, hurry up, hurry
Pinch
up.
and pull. And the bag is open. Right? And then, without doing anything strange, you don't want to touch anything, you want to grab a chip. 2 fingers, grab a chip. And then you're going to, without touching the rest of your face, even though you just sanitized your hands, though, you don't know what's on your face. So when you touch your face, you don't want to put it back in the bag. You want to just put it in your mouth. Chew with your mouth closed. Don't talk while you chew. That's a bad example. When you're done, swallow. Don't lick your fingers. That's disgusting.
Ew.
Nobody wants your tongue juices all over everything you're gonna touch.
These days, it's better to abstain from finger licking.
Yes. So you said to end with digestion. So I'll
Yes.
say when you put it in your mouth.
How do you safely digest the potato chip?
When you put it in your mouth, your saliva, along with a couple of enzymes, I believe, work to break down the chemical
Yeah, hold
bonds.
on. That happens, tell me how to do that safely.
It all happens without you're consciously trying to work on it. So safely, you don't want to put too much brain power into it because then you're gonna waste brain power for the rest of the day. So let it just happen naturally. Naturally is always the safest way.
Instead, you should spend your brain power washing your hands.
Yes, and even though now I have potato chips on
Well,
my hands.
Saba will briefly wash his hands before coming into contact with the violin. So I will briefly introduce our classic show, Ender, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, also known as the Alphabet Song, which is also known as Baa Baa Black Sheep, and many other things. The length of the song, which we will play twice, is approximately 20 seconds, which is a good length of time to spend washing your hands.
Ow, I hit my knee. Oh.
So, next time you're washing
Medic.
your hands and you're wondering
Next time I'm gonna do walking safety.
how
Don't hit your knee on things.
long to do that for,
Oh.
sing this song.
Don't end with a preposition. For how long?
For how long, and you're wondering for how you correct. You're wondering for how long to wash
I'm
your
gonna do this
hands.
on one leg because my right leg hurts so much.
Okay,
I hit the funny bone in my leg, like right underneath the kneecap.
those are things funny.
Oh, it hurts.
Is that true?
Go ahead. We always started so badly. Can we try it?
Ooh,
But I've done that
fancy.
before.
Thanks
I
for
did
watching.
that all on one leg. Look at
We've got our next
Great
show
idea.
coming up on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern
Tuesday.
on Facebook or on Instagram. Thanks
And
for
on
watching.
Instagram.
Thanks for.
Not on Facebook. YouTube from now on.
We'll be on YouTube.
Oh, we're on
Live
YouTube.
from now
Go
on.
check
YouTube and
us out.
Instagram.
YouTube and Instagram. No more Facebook.
Although the link to the YouTube Live will be on the same Facebook page. So
Yes.
go to the Facebook page that you're on right now and click the link to
The
the
YouTube,
YouTube
channel.
Live, and it's going to be exactly the same,
Exeter
but with a
Thurbers
different
is the,
border around the video. We'll see you on Tuesday.
Exeter Thurbers is the name of our YouTube. Go check it out. It's cool.